Thank you to our host, the Republic of Korea, and thank you to the Open Government Partnership for organizing this virtual summit. I also want to thank my colleagues at the White House and the U.S. Department of State and USAID for serving as our partners in this work. Nearly 250 years ago, one of our founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin, was asked by a group of citizens gathered on the street in Philadelphia what type of government the drafters of the Constitution had agreed to form. He replied, "A republic, if you can keep it." Democratic republics like the United States and democracies around the world are fundamentally grounded in the concept of self-governance. That notion is explicitly enshrined in the US Constitution, where it states the government derives its just power from the consent of the governed. But a functioning democracy requires informed citizens, people who are engaged in shaping what happens in their communities. Doing that work, encouraging people to engage and participate and ensure their government delivers, has been a through line in my career. From volunteering on campaigns to running for office myself, I've also served as an elected official, responsible for running elections as Secretary of State for the state of Missouri. And I've helped draft new voting laws and monitor elections in more than 20 countries around the world. So I am very personally committed to protecting our election process and ensuring free and fair elections. As we all know, a functioning democracy isn't just about what happens on election day. It is as important as that is. Public trust in government also depends on having a system that values openness, the rule of law, transparency, and accountability in everyday workings of government. And that's not easy, and it doesn't happen automatically. It takes leaders committed to the principles of open government and who are ready to act on those principles every day. Here in the US, at every level of government, we're making progress, but we still have a long way to go. And as we all know too well, backsliding is always a risk. So I look forward to learning more from this OGP Global Summit and member countries about how we in the US can do better to embed open government principles even more systematically, especially as we modernize our digital infrastructure. I'm proud that GSA has been at the forefront of many of these open government initiatives for years. For example, we're making it easier for the public to access all kinds of government data at data.gov. It provides access to over 350,000 data sets, from information about tax revenue and how it's being spent, to data about climate and health, housing prices, manufacturing inventories, land use, weather data, and so much more. It is a remarkable resource for researchers, businesses, and the general public, and we look forward to helping it continue to grow. In addition, we provide a simple mobile-friendly platform for the public to give direct input and comments on proposed regulations at regulations.gov. We recently launched a new and improved challenge.gov, which is a crowdsourcing platform that allows the federal government to directly engage the public in problem solving and innovation. And of course, we're sharing lots of COVID-19 information, including both access to scientific studies and information about how government is spending the money to combat the pandemic. The administration as a whole has taken on several other concrete steps. They've unearthed more data to help us advance equity. They're making sure scientists can speak without political interference, and releasing the President's Management Guide and tracking the progress on government-wide priorities toward an equitable, effective, and accountable government. In all of this work, we're focused on incorporating human, user-centered, equitable design, because any government that aspires to be of the people, by the people, and for the people has to be accessible to all the people and committed to actively getting feedback and iterating to keep getting better. Delivering government services seamlessly using modern, effective digital tools is important for building public trust. But these days, we also know that these same tools present new risks that, if left unchecked, can undermine the public good. So technology represents both the biggest opportunity and the biggest threat to democracy. More and more people across the globe are gaining access to the internet, and as they do, their governments have an opportunity to build out widely accessible digital infrastructure that can support democracy and can provide access to healthcare and education and economic opportunity like never before. That's the good news. The bad news, of course, is that in the wrong hands, those same tech tools can be used to undermine trust in democratic government through cyber attacks, censorship, disinformation, and more. All of us are facing these growing threats, so we need to learn together and address them proactively as partners who share common values. It's critical that we make the internet a place where democracies can not only survive, but thrive with new, innovative forms of citizen engagement. The Biden administration is strongly committed to addressing the barriers to open government and democracy, while also finding new ways to advance democratic values in the US and around the globe. We're continuing to implement the United States' fourth National Action Plan, which you can see at openusa.gov. And we're committed to engaging with an even broader and more diverse group of stakeholders as we create our fifth National Action Plan in 2022. We're committing to an ambitious yet achievable open government agenda that advances democracy, accountability, development, economic growth, and human rights, both within the US and globally. Now, make no mistake, progress on this agenda will take dedication and a long-term commitment, because the framework to support a resilient, sustainable democratic society takes constant engagement, nurturing, and renewal from its people. And GSA is committed and excited to playing a key role in that. The community of democracies around the world can learn so much from each other. My colleagues and I at GSA and across the US government look forward to being active participants in that community and joining all of you in upholding and acting on the values of the Open Government Partnership and expanding its reach across the globe. Thanks again for having me, and I'll look forward to seeing y'all in person for the next summit.